So hey guys, welcome back to another episode of my podcast. Today I'm joined by Azhar Siddiqui. He's the CEO and co-founder of RepStack. RepStack is evaluated at $25 million in just 2 years. So how's it going, Azhar?
It's going great, man. How are you?
I'm pretty good. So I guess talk to the people. What do you do? What is RepStack?
So I'm the CEO at RepStack currently, and RepStack is really, in layman's term, you can call it, we are a placement company for digital marketing agencies. And we really focus on some key roles and a few key things that we do on our side that differentiates us from other placement agencies. For example, we only focus on working with digital marketing agencies, of course, and we only place for certain key roles inside a digital marketing agency. And how this came about was because I run a digital marketing agency myself in Calgary, Canada for the last 14 years. So this opportunity came from there. And long story short, that the opportunity came in terms of placing people inside digital marketing agencies because I've been an agency owner, and we had great access to some talent back home in Pakistan. That's where we're from. We have people from two countries right now, Philippines and Pakistan, primarily Pakistan. But really, our mission is we provide growth-oriented and passionate digital marketing agencies with future leaders who benchmark with the best workforces in the world. So my t-shirt says Agency Future Leaders, and that's kind of what we do. We stay away from placements inside the fulfillment side of an agency because a digital marketing agency would usually have two sides. They'd have the fulfillment side where they design the websites, they'll run the SEO campaigns, and they'll do the marketing campaigns, graphic design, all of that cool stuff that a digital marketing agency does. And the other side is, a lot more client focused, client facing, and the sales department, for example, the account managers, and also some people are also responsible inside a digital marketing agency to do their own marketing. So we only focus on those roles. We stay away from, like expert web developers and expert SEO people and things like that. And that's kind of the reason behind our success because, we're really focused on a niche, and we're only focused on key roles inside that niche. We don't do everything, but what we do exceptionally great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you mentioned you run a digital marketing agency. We'll get into that in a bit more detail later on. I want to get into your background as well. But I guess for now, what's an average day like for you? So I'd like to know, like, what do you do? Like, what's your actual work? Like, what's your day like for you?
So my day is it's very different than how it used to be in my digital marketing agency days, because in my agency days it wasn't a very big agency, but I was mainly working with contractors. It was just me doing everything, sales and marketing and account management. But now we have over 200 people inside this company. So my day is very exciting. I usually get my schedule a day before from my executive assistant, and it's usually packed with meeting. I'm usually traveling quite a bit. I've been traveling for the last 2 years since this company started because the company is based out of Pakistan, so I spent almost a year there, and then we have clients and uh, conferences that we attend throughout in the US. So we get to travel a lot. Right now, I'm in Athens, Greece, and I've been working from here for the last 2 months. So my, if you talk about my current day, it started at around quarter to four with my first meeting, and I think it's 7:30 right now. This is my third or fourth meeting. I lost track, but everything is on a schedule. Just meeting pops up through my Slack and through my Google Calendar, and I just go meeting after meeting. I usually do around 6 to 7 hours of work. I usually do nonstop work, I like to power through my work and, just have an impact. And the best part is that, you know, it's all just meetings. So it's a lot of fun. It's interacting with people, doing podcasts, doing webinars, doing team meetings, and so on and on. So that's how when uh, I guess when the company gets going, then you start leading in a different manner, where you really assign tasks and things like that, and you just follow up on what happened with those tasks and things like that. So yeah, that's kind of how I work these days.
Yeah. So I guess so. You mentioned that RepStack. This started from you. This opportunity came from you running a digital marketing agency. So I'd like to dive that into a bit deeper. Like I want to dive into that a bit deeper. Can you walk me through that? Like how exactly that you got started with RepStack?
Yeah, so I guess really, like, I started my digital marketing agency in 2008, while I was working full time at Best Buy Canada. And in 2011, I went full time with my agency, and so it still is operational in Calgary, Canada. And it's a small agency. It really never really took off to where I wanted it to, but it took care of me because I've been working from home uh, way before it's fashionable right now. But I've been working from home since 2011, and really working for myself and all of that cool, good stuff, and really making a very decent living for myself. So continue. It's been a 14-year grind on my digital marketing agency side, because there's lots of stuff that's involved on that side. And where I always struggled was that I just couldn't get over a particular hump, right? So like, if you talk about revenues, like the best year we'd had was probably around $300,000 a year. And which is okay for, because I was the only single employee of that company. But I wanted a bigger company, and I wanted to really, really grow it. And the issue was that I was doing all these key things by myself. And so the things that I'm talking about are, I would go and try to get some clients in through referrals, or even do door to door marketing with my business cards in my hands and things like that. And once I had a client or two, then I do the sales. I'll try to close those deals. Once I close the deal, I become the account manager, and now I take care of that client through a website project or through marketing and stuff like that. So it's okay because I don't have to pay anyone. But the drawback is that when I move from the marketing phase to the sales phase, the marketing is completely stopped. And then when I stop doing sales and I do an account managing role, then sales and marketing is completely overloaded. So, it kind of put me in a vicious circle where I had to keep wearing different hats, and the agency just got stuck in a particular rut. So learning from this particular experience, I hired for myself a sales associate, which now thinking back wasn't the right hire for my agency. I should have really hired a marketing associate. And then I also joined a coaching agency. So I think I really started investing in myself and learning in around 2018, 2019, 2018, I'd say, reading up books, or, I like to listen to books, and listening to lots of podcasts and things like that. So that's where the breakthrough started coming, and I finally invested in a digital marketing agency, coaching service. I hired a coach so that they can give us some sort of a breakthrough, or bring me out of this rut that my agency was. And that's where I started getting all the juices flowing, because I saw that there's a better way of running a digital marketing agency. It got me really excited because so many other agencies were doing similar things and being really, really successful. And one of the most important things that they talked about is focusing on a niche. And around that point, obviously, I could have, really idea was to improve my own agency, but an opportunity came where other digital marketing agency owners needed human capital, right? Like they wanted people to come in and work with them. The the term virtual assistants was really popular. It still is. VAs,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, what we call them, right? So an opportunity came where, one of a colleague said that I need this particular person, and I said that I can do it, even though I had no clue how I was going to do it. But I'll say I'll figure it out because I had one person working for me as a VA at that time, and I figured that, I'll make it happen, I'll swing it. And, so I raised my hand, not knowing how I'm going to deliver. But long story short, that we got that first person placed 2 years ago. That person is still placed with that client, and the rest is history. So right now we're over 200 people, and but it all started out with that one placement and me taking a
Mm-hmm.
chance on saying yes to an opportunity that came along within the field that I had, because I understand how digital marketing agencies work, and staying true to this field. We don't work with any other companies, and so on. So I guess that's how RepStack started.
Mm-hmm. So this is the solution that RepStack provides, is that digital marketing agencies who have these gaps where they need people to come in. So you provide those people. So this is something I wanted to dive deeper into, like how. So initially, when you started, how did you establish credibility for the people that you provide? Like how did you convince other agencies that like we're the right people?
Um, yeah, it's a good question. I guess initially, when you're first starting out in the agency world, especially, or any business, the first thing, the most important thing is that you gotta get to your first. You gotta get a proof of concept, I guess, so to speak, or like you need a minimum viable product, and you get a proof of concept, and that's what I did, right? So, like I just told you, that I raised my hand to an opportunity that came. A colleague of ours was one of the biggest digital marketing agencies out there in the US right now. He needed some help, and I raised my hand. I'm like, I'll take care of that. And then I figured out the rest of it, right? So credibility was that we were part of a same group. Had I not invested in my coaching services, that opportunity would not have come along. So people knew me already a little bit, and they know that I have an agency and things like that. But beyond that, initially the first few clients that most people are going to get when you don't have a proven track record is going to be people that people within your network. People, we keep talking about networking and things like that, and I really didn't know what that was until this we started this business. And so knowing people, and then really, like being a little bit proactive, because initially you're going to have to go after client. So really you want to set a target of getting to your first 5 clients. That should get you your proof of concept. But in the early stages, you're going to have to tap on your network and go from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I guess so. Walk me through a bit of the challenges that you faced as you developed this business, like as you scaled this business. So now you mentioned you're over around like 200 people working at RepStack. So what
Hmm.
were some of the challenges during this time? Like, I guess you can split it in two
Well,
parts. Like first, like in the initial phase, and then like when scaling this business.
yeah, there's lots of challenges. Challenges are part of the game. How you overcome them kind of defines your growth and what kind of company you're going to be building out. So yeah, from day one, we had challenges. We uh, didn't have any equipment. We didn't have any money. We really literally invested $0 in this business, which is evaluated quite handsomely right now. And we didn't have office spaces. We didn't know where these guys were going to work from. So there was lots of challenges, and early on, we started providing our people with equipment like laptops and things like that. And then we find that, when these guys leave, it's a huge hassle to collect back our equipment, because, most of our people were working from home. Early on, we also figured that, another challenge is that, in order to attract the best talent, 60% of our workforce is females right now. And, because our people were expected to work nights, usually keep New York times, um, females, because Pakistan is sort of a conservative society, females are usually, reluctant in going out to work from at night times and things like that. So, we're early on. Another challenge, how do we get females to come and work with us? And how we overcame that was by making RepStack a true work from home company. So, we don't have any central offices or anything like that. It's all 100% work from home. So, making that decision early on, making the decision that we are not going to invest in any type of hardware and things like that. We do support our people, but, it's on most of the site, most cases, it's bring your own equipment. That's, we would give extra salaries and things like that. We just didn't want to bother with taking care of the equipment hassle. So, we paid a little bit more to overcome that hardware side and avoid that. So, so lots of challenges came early on. Another challenge was that, we were finding these people. We were doing some sort of vetting, but we were lucky enough from day one to literally have a client waiting list from day one. So we just couldn't find these people fast enough. So, like we'll find a person and we'll place him the next day with a client. And it turns out that this person wasn't who he said or she said they were. And, and it's a huge, huge hassle. So, so how, and this is when we started growing this particular agency. So how we overcame that with was having an awesome hiring process. We have a full HR department now, takes care of all our people. We have multiple levels of vetting. We have like 3 levels of interviews that they do. Sometimes our interview processes and hiring processes can take between 1 and 3 months before these people join us now. So, that's how we overcame. So this is during the growth phases. So you want to start implementing some of these things so that, you can overcome some of these challenges that you were facing early on.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so then we started investing in our training programs. We have a program called RepStack Success Academy. So every person who works with us comes inside, we hire them, then they spend between 1 and 3 months in our RepStack Success Academy, where we monitor their work ethic, train them on the latest and greatest on digital marketing agency side, and then we place them with a client. So at this point, before a client gets to meet one of our associates, they've been with us anywhere from 2 months to up to 4 to 6 months before they get to interview with a client. So, we kind of eliminated those risks that we were seeing early on. So yeah, so challenges keep coming up. Even to this day, there's challenges, but that's what we thrive on, and that's how you make a company where, you solve these problems as they come to you, and you continue to grow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you guys have VAs at hold? Like you don't wait for clients to come in and then like start your hiring process. You already have those people
No,
there,
yeah,
and you just.
we usually have 30 to 50 people inside our training academy at any given time, and we hire them preemptively. But the good side is that we usually have a waiting list of our clients. We have at any given time we have 15 to 30 clients waiting to hire from us. So, we'd qualify them, and then they'd wait anywhere from 2, sometimes 3, sometimes 4 weeks, depending on the demand that we're having. So, so it's kind of okay to kind of preemptively guess on how many people we're going to be needing for the next few months and things like that. So we hire these people, they start getting their salaries as they're in training, and then we start placing them as they graduate from RepStack Success Academy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, another thing I wanted to ask, so you mentioned that one challenge that you faced was when you place someone with a client and they're not who they said they were, and you said that this was something that you guys overcame. Like, how do you manage that, like that relationship between the person you place and the client?
Yeah, so like obviously we have a very strong hiring process now, and we vet everyone who comes inside the company, and then we take them through the training intentionally so that we can make sure that they are who they said they are before they go to the client. So that challenge was overcome. But when they do go and work for a client, we have a person called client success managers now. We call them our CSMs or client success managers, and they're the people who are responsible. So we have quite a few CSMs who work inside. It's just like a digital marketing agency. This is a very similar systems. It's account managers who are inside a digital marketing agency. These are our account managers who take care of between 15 to 20 clients. And each one of our client would have around close to 1.5, sometimes, on an average around 1.5 people. So some clients would have two, sometimes would have three, and so on. So they'd be managing around 15 to 20 clients. They'll be managing around 20 to 25 associates on the other side. So one account manager is taking care of between 40 to 50 people relationships. Some of them are clients, some of them are VAs, and they're kind of the go-to in between the clients and the VAs. And they kind of monitor everything, the performance, and all of that good stuff that has to be done on a day-to-day basis.
Okay, yeah, yeah. And I guess we'll end off with this. So you mentioned that you worked full time at Best Buy, also running your digital marketing agency that's been running now for 14 years. And you've also mentioned that you multiple businesses you've gone into, like coaching, as well as a couple others. So you're like a proper entrepreneur. So I wanted to ask, like, what would your advice be for upcoming entrepreneurs or like current business owners?
That's a good question. I guess the biggest advice would be to, you know, uh, number one, have a big dream, have a big goal, a lofty goal. Like if you want to start a big company or a big enterprise or whatever that is, make sure you have that lofty goal. But at the same time, do not underestimate the value of a good 8 hour shift. Where even if you're working at a gas station, wherever you are in your journey right now, you know, don't be like, taking shortcuts on your current job and just thinking that, hey, I'm not going to do my best here because I'm going to be an entrepreneur anyways, right? So you got to give 100% to where you committed, where who's paying your bills at this time, and still have a nice and big goal, right? That's the only way to get to that. There's a company called Accenture. I think they may have changed their name now, but they used to have this ad uh, run, which had Tiger Woods on that ad, and he was doing a like really nice drive. And you might be able to find this ad somewhere if you do some Google search, Tiger Wood and Accenture ads. And that ad said in a circle with Tiger Woods' drive that 50% of our effort is uh, willingness to change, and the other 50% is relentless consistency. So I think the willingness to change is really in my, what I'm trying to explain is that, you have that goal that you're going to open up a company or a digital marketing agency or whatever that is. You have that goal, but you're also like extremely consistent at what you're doing right now. Because at the end of the day, your work ethic is going to get you through all the hard times and all of that stuff. And you're building your work ethic right now at the particular job or at the stage that you're at, even if you're a student. So, so make sure you build out a strong work ethic, but also have a big goal and vision. And
Mm-hmm.
that worked for me. So I'm hoping that it would work for other people as well.
Yeah. So big goal, strong work ethic, consistency. So all amazing advice. Well, thank you so much, Azhar, for joining me today.
You are welcome, my man. Good luck with the podcast and good luck at your new job. I believe that unofficially you're the youngest Microsoft employee, so congratulations.
Thank you for that. Yeah. And I hope you guys have enjoyed as well. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this episode. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the